Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. A very good day to you guys all out there, wherever you are. On the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a beautiful day. So far, so good. Yes, so far, so good. But hey, before we continue, yes, it's true. Chelsea has won 4-1 or 1-4. It depends on where you are. Chelsea has won the game last night against Djurgarden. But quickly, before we continue, this video is sponsored. Yes, this video is sponsored by Team Tony Brown. Tony Brown is a certified trainer, certified coach. Yes, he is a certified coach by Maxwell Leadership Team. Maxwell Leadership Team. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, be it an organization, business entity, individuals, churches, wherever you are, and you want to be trained in communication skills, you want to be trained in business skills, business development, whatever training you want, he is a business coach. Yeah. Contact Maxwell. I'll be displaying the contact right there for you to see. In fact, as you can see it right there, that is Maxwell Leadership Team member Tony Brown. You can contact him if you're in Malaysia and you want to be trained. You have an organization, a company. You want your workers, your staff to be trained. You may reach Tony Brown on +60 18 22 41 151. Let me take it again. +60 18 22 41151. Yes. Email anthonymcbrown@gmail.com. anthonymcbrown@gmail.com. And every other information you want, it will be delivered to you. Dear friends, contact Tony Brown for all your leadership training courses. Here in Malaysia, if you want to also partake online, yes, he has a program also online for those of you in Africa or wherever you are. His teachings, his coaching is based on Maxwell Leadership certifications. Maxwell Leadership certification. Dear friend, more of the information, as you can see, I'll post them on this channel. Go through it and make sure you contact Tony Brown for your corporate training. Quickly, Chelsea. Well, guys, it ended 4-1. And listen, we are in the finals. Chelsea are in the finals of the Conference League. With this, next week, Djurgarden visiting Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge is going to be a formality. It is going to be a formality. And it's not just going to be Chelsea, dear friend. It will interest you to note that Brentford has done Chelsea a very big favor. Yeah, before we continue with the Conference League, Brentford has done Chelsea a huge favor by beating Nottingham Forest. And so as things stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are in 5th position, Champions League position right now. The ball is in Chelsea's hand. Let me give you some quick scenario. Let me give you some quick scenario for you to know that right now the ball is in Chelsea's hand. You see, right now as we speak, 99% confirmed Chelsea will finish in top 5. If Chelsea and Forest match result for the rest of the season. Yeah. And 2, if Aston Villa drop points in any of their final 4 games. The 1%, here is a scenario. Remember, I said 99% is confirmed. Chelsea should be in a Champions League position if Chelsea and Forest match result for the rest of the season. And then 2, if Aston Villa drop points in any of their final 4 games. The 1%, here is a scenario in which we match Forest. Here's the scenario. If we match Forest, but both of us get 1 out of 12 points, for example, if both teams get only 1 point out of 12, and Aston Villa get 5 points out of 12, essentially, Villa need to beat our result by 4 more points. Aston Villa need to beat Chelsea's result by 4 more points, since we have plus 14 goals difference on them. Do you get it? We have 14 goals difference on them. Now, this is why Man City winning a few days ago was so important for Chelsea. A draw would have been bad. Villa now have to win 4 from 4 to have any realistic chance at finishing above Chelsea. Aston Villa now must win 4 out of 4 games to stand any realistic chance of beating Chelsea or finishing above Chelsea on the league table. Now, had they drawn against City, the permutations would have been a lot more complicated and messy. But right now, because City has beaten them, this is how it is. So, it is in Chelsea's hands now to seal the Champions League position by beating Liverpool on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are ready for the finals of the Conference League. And if Chelsea wins the Conference League, remember, it's automatic ticket for Europa League next season. If we are able to win the trophy, the Conference League trophy, automatic qualification for Conference League next season. Without looking at the league table, without looking at the English Premier League table. Last time I explained the scenario where if Chelsea wins the Conference League, Arsenal wins the Champions League, and Man United or Tottenham wins the Europa League. The Premier League clubs or teams are likely to have almost about 8 teams, 6, 7, or 8 teams playing in Champions League next season. If all these teams win the trophies that are at stake. Ladies and gentlemen, well, yesterday's game against Djurgarden, for me, it was more like a training match ahead of Liverpool. More so when we saw a strong starting 11, and from the bench, we've seen another strong set of 4 replacing the starters. The only surprise in the team was the 16-year-old. Yes, Reggie Walsh is the youngest Chelsea debutant since 1967 and the 3rd youngest ever to feature for Chelsea. He was among the substitutes. Yeah, he was among the substitutes yesterday. And hey, we made 4 substitutions in the game. Maresca made 4 substitutions in the game against Djurgarden. And like I said, it was more like a training game, preparation towards the Liverpool match. So the 4 substitutes, guess who came on? Cole Palmer, Nicolas Jackson, Caicedo, Chalobah. Cole Palmer, Jackson, Caicedo, Chalobah all came on in the second half in place of Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, Noni Madueke, and Makukrela. They were taken off. Joshua Achampong playing from left back. Dear friend, it was a training match for me. Oh yes. It was like a training match. And seeing the entire squad playing the way they played, it wasn't a spectacular game. There has been good moments in the game and bad moments. I will not point out those things right, maybe in my next episode. But in all, good performance, especially, let me point out, Sancho, Jadon Sancho, glimpse of that, though he's, 1v1, he was not get his passes 1v1. But hey, remember, he scored a goal, the first goal though huge deflection, but Sancho was on the score sheet yesterday. Jadon Sancho. Noni Madueke, another good performance from Noni Madueke for Chelsea. And he also got the second goal for Chelsea. Then in the second half, typical R9. Typical R9. You know what I mean by R9? Yes. Typical Ronaldo. Remember the Ronaldo of Brazil. Brazil Ronaldo. I forgot his other name. Typical Ronaldo performance. Typical number 9 performance from Nicholas Jackson in the second half. Jackson now makes it 12 goals this season. 17 GA after closing the semi-final against Djurgarden with 2 goals. 12 goals. Even on a bad season, he's able to secure 12 goals so far. Dear friends, so the last game he scored 1, now 2. You can say we played against a cheaper opponent. Yes, but he scored. It serves as motivation. It motivates the players. One player that I want to talk or point out or speak on briefly before I let you guys go this morning is called Palmer. Palmer seems to be broken. Palmer got 1-on-1, 1 versus 1 to score just for him to shoot. Even my 7-year-old son was like, my disappointment was Cole Palmer couldn't shoot. Yeah, my son said it. 7-year-old was like, it's disappointing. Palmer could not shoot from that position. I don't know. I'm not too sure what was going through his mind. Whether he tried to drag the ball, second touch, but he was right in a position to shoot close to the goalkeeper. Palmer that we know. I mean, Palmer is broken. Somehow, I still blame Maresca for Cole Palmer's dip in form. Cole Palmer is one player that plays with instinct. I mean, feelings. But the guy, something has to be done on him. Something has to be done on him. Dear friends, it is what it is. What do you want to hear? It ended 1-4 in favor of Chelsea. Yes, Cole Palmer was my only worry. I just want to hope that he will get back quickly. Oh dear. He needs a goal so badly. He needs it so badly. Jackson just had 3 in 2 games. And Palmer equally need a goal in order to get back on course. Guys, Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United. Tottenham Hotspur or Manchester United are going to be in the Champions League next season after being mid-table all season. Yeah. Tottenham Hotspur with their position right now and Manchester United with their current position, either of these two are going to be in the Champions League next season after they both won their game. United won it against Real Betis, right? All right. Both won their matches, and so they are in a Champions League position. Their next games, if only they can take it on and beat their opponent, will be in the final. And if they get to the final, very likely we're going to be seeing Tottenham versus Manchester United in Europa League finals. Guys, Arsenal fans, where are you? If you don't win against PSG next week, and you do not get to the finals, even if you get to the finals and you don't win the trophy, the Champions League trophy, take it from me that if Manchester United or Tottenham or Chelsea wins their trophies that are at stake in Europe right now, these 3 teams will still be better off than you guys. Guys, let me just end it here. I'll be back with more exclusives in the coming hours. Shalom and peace.